Hey Queen, what's up, girl? I hope you are having a fabulous day, an amazing life, and you are if you decide that you are. So if you say yes to that, then that means that you are ready to start attracting the truth in that and start looking for the truth in that. Today's episode is actually a Q&A that I had with one of my mastermind ladies. And I wanted to share this with you guys because the questions that she asked were so juicy. And I think they are something that a lot of you are going to relate to. A lot of you are going to feel like you have similar struggles. And I really think you're going to get so much value from tuning into today's episode. If you love this style of coaching, if you love being able to get inside of my brain, being able to be in my energy, be in my space, get into the vibe that I am able to share with you, then you really want to consider my mini mind that is coming up called Elevate, which is all about taking yourself to the next level. We're going to be diving into so much of this kind of Q&A type environment. We're going to have 4 calls together, and you'll have access to our group chat where you can daily get in the energy, get in the vibe, ask questions, be in my space, be around other like-minded women. And it is going to be an incredible container for you to be able to push and grow yourself to the next level. If you are feeling like right now you've been playing small, you haven't been stepping up to the place that you know you should be, like you have not been playing full out, like there's so much more of you that hasn't even been unlocked yet, then this is going to be the perfect place for you to unleash the beast. That is the whole vibe of what this 4-week mini mind is going to be. It is going to be unlocking the beast inside of you and letting her free so you can go shake things up in a major way and watch just everything around you explode. Like your life, your business, all the things are going to go next level when you are in this container for these 4 weeks. It's going to be super potent, really, really powerful. If this is something that you're interested in, you can go to thetiffanywen.com/IG to get signed up. It's going to be that first little section right there on that page, so you can come join us. If you have questions about it, you can shoot me a message on Instagram at @thetiffanywen. All right, I am so excited for you to tune into this. If you love this episode, be sure to screenshot and post it in your Instagram stories and tag me. Let me know what part of this you really vibe with, what really resonated with you, what you took away from the episode, so I can know what you are really loving and continue to give you more of that. So fix that crown, queen, and take a seat on that throne. We are going in. Let's do it. Hey Queen, welcome to the Cash In on Confidence podcast, the show for social sellers who want to make a big impact and income. We are on a mission to transform the network marketing space by challenging societal standards and industry norms. I'm Tiffany Wynn. After spending years running circles in my business, I finally ditched the grind for grace and built a multiple 6-figure social selling empire. Around here, we mix faith with action to build businesses that pursue our purpose, use our gifts for glory, and align with our soul goals. If you're ready to grow against the grain and go from overwhelmed to overflowing, uncertain to unstoppable, striving to thriving, and turn that next level confidence into cash, then take a seat on that throne and fix your crown, queen, because we're about to pray, slay, and get paid.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Okay. So I guess what I was noticing is what I think I struggle with most is I got the souls of the whole how you are organizing yourself with the shine, but
Yes.
I think what I struggle with is the delivery, like when to really. I don't like the feeling of being fake, and I think I have to talk myself out of that, because that's really what for me has put a block, because I feel like I'm fake friending people
Mm-hmm.
with a ulterior motive, you know?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I don't know how to get out of my head with that. And that's really what has really kind of like made my whole business kind of stop, because I see it on Facebook where people are saying, you know, why don't people stop, trying to be friends with people having an ulterior motive? So I'm thinking, oh my God, people are thinking this is what we're doing, which we are, you
Right.
know?
Exactly.
So that's
Exactly.
where
And that's, yeah, I totally get it. And that's exactly why I teach in the share system. That's why I teach for you to have some kind of outside platform that you're focused on growing, which is going to bring people to you versus you going out there and in intentionally trying to create these relationships with people, and exactly like you said, having that ulterior motive, which does not feel good. So really what I encourage you to do is really to focus on what your growth platform is going to be. How are you planning on growing your network? Okay. And so that comes from within the share system. We have those three steps on the ladder, right? So we have the cold market platform, which comes from either having a podcast, starting a YouTube, having a blog, something where you are searchable on the World Wide Web, where when people type in, remind me what company you're with?
I'm with LaBelle.
I'm sorry?
LaBelle.
Oh, wait. Oh, Lavelle. Okay, gotcha. Okay, perfect. Sorry, it broke up and I couldn't hear. Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay. So if you're going to start a blog, or if you're going to start a YouTube, right? And you're going to get on there and you're going to talk about health, maybe you're going to talk about wellness, right? Because it goes along with what you have to offer. When people type in, how can I get more energy into the internet? If you have something that is going to be able to pop up for people, or maybe you're going to have a podcast or something, and you have something where when a person is just out there searching for the answer that you have, they're going to find you. And the goal is to get people to come to you. And so you're not having to create these inauthentic relationships in order to build and grow your business. Now, let's say that the cold market platform is still really uncomfortable for you, or maybe it's not working quite as quickly as you would like it to, right? That because sometimes having the podcast, having the blog posts, having the YouTube channel, sometimes those things take a little bit more time. So let's look at if you took the next step on the ladder, which are warm market platforms, which would be social media spaces. If you are friend requesting people, if you are going to Instagram and you're following people, my encouragement for you in that space is to do so not intentionally to hope that they're going to buy something from you or hope that they're going to join your team, but looking at people not as numbers, but as, is this someone that I think I can provide value to? Whether they are going to buy from me or not, whether they are going to shop or join my team or not, can just me sharing what I'm going to share publicly on my platform, will it be something that a person could benefit from? Because if you look at it from that point of view, if you look at it from that perspective, it no longer feels icky to at least even just bring them into your space, right? Because when you friend request someone, when you have someone follow you, you're just putting them into your space, right? You're just inviting them inside. That doesn't mean that you're trying to get them to buy something. It could just mean that you're trying to add value to them. And that's where creating content
that is going to be valuable comes into play. So if you're creating content that is going to benefit people, if you're creating content that other people are going to see and they're going to get value from what you're sharing, then you don't have to feel icky about growing your network, because it's not going to just be all about what you are selling. It's going to be about what you have to offer other people. Does that make sense? And so I always encourage, I don't ever just randomly send cold messages to people. I don't ever just send like, hey girl, oh my gosh, your kids are so cute messages. Not anymore, at least. Before I got understood and I really, got to like where you are, where you're like, oh, this feels really weird, I don't like it. I don't do those cold messages. I don't reach out to people unsolicited, right? I only reach out to people if some kind of interest has already been sparked. How do I know that some interest has been sparked? Are they liking my posts regularly? Are they commenting on my posts regularly? Are they engaging with me in some way, shape, or form on a regular basis? If so, then that to me means that they have some kind of interest. Is it interest in what I am selling, or is it interest in just me in general? I don't know. That's why I reach out to them. And that's when I say something like, hey, thank you so much for all of the love that you always, show me on all of my posts or on all of my whatever. I'm not sure if you, are interested in my blank, but I just wanted to, reach out so I could share more info if you're interested. If not, totally fine. But I just wanted you to know that I am so grateful for you either way. Okay, that opens up the door to the conversation. And it is not you being like, hi, I hope you had a great weekend, which is very awkward. And they're like, why is she messaging me? I never asked her to do that. But if you're messaging someone who's already knocked on your door, right? They're liking your stuff, they're commenting on your stuff, they're expressing some kind of interest, then you can spark conversation with them from a really authentic place, and it doesn't feel icky.
Yeah, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Does that help you?
Yeah, that does. That does help.
So my recommendation, more than anything, 2 things. 1, really start to focus on creating content that is going to be valuable to people and that is going to get people wanting to engage with you. Because when you do that, it's going to open up the door for you to start those conversations with people from an authentic place, and not from a let me start at the top of my friends list and message every single person kind of way.
Right.
So creating content that people are going to find value in, content where you're not asking for a sale, where you're not trying to get people to buy anything from you, just content that is going to add value to people. So that could be you just sharing a healthy tip, you sharing something that's going to inspire, uplift, or motivate, or encourage someone. Content that is going to make someone think about something in a different way, right? Maybe you're going to share like thought-provoking stuff, talking about how, maybe you used to think about this in this way, but now you think about it in another way. And it's going to spark these conversations. It's going to spark this engagement with people that allows you to really authentically start to talk to them without, and it's like them coming to you for that conversation versus you having to reach out to people. And that is what makes it feel weird and icky and awkward. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Is that helpful?
Yes, that's very helpful.
Perfect.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Yeah. So if definitely I would really, really consider, looking into, one of those cold market platforms, but more than anything, at least on the warm market platform, social media spaces, that engaging content is going to be what helps you spark those really authentic conversations, so it doesn't feel awkward.
And you're talking also not just posting, but going live.
Yeah, going live, posting your this could be your stories, all of those things,
Okay.
all of those places. Really focus on creating engaging and valuable content, stuff that's going to get people talking, that's going to make people want to keep coming back to your page. And if you're going live, that's even better, because then you can take those live videos, save them, and that now goes to your YouTube. And so now you have that YouTube. And so now you're reaching a whole new market of people that you maybe wouldn't have ever gotten to be in contact with otherwise, right? Because usually on Facebook, you're really only connected to people who you have some other kind of like mutual connection with. But on YouTube, you can find people and people can find you who you maybe never would have been able to connect with otherwise.
Right.
So if you're going live, even if it's just once a week, if you're going live, save that live, put it on YouTube, use some keywords that people are going to be searching, right? So if you go live and you're talking about you're talking about energy and you're giving tips on how people can get more energy, right? You're going to maybe title that YouTube video 3 tips to increase your energy. Because when someone is searching on YouTube or they're searching on Google, they're going to look for ways to get more energy. How can I increase my energy? Right? And so the way that, the World Wide Web works is they take the words that you type into Google, that you type into YouTube, and they match it with the titles of the YouTube video, of the blog post, of the podcast, right? And they're looking for matches. And so you can use keywords, key terms, key phrases that people are going to be likely searching, that's going to make you that much more discoverable, right? And so even if you're only adding 1 YouTube video a week on YouTube, and that YouTube video only gets 5 views, that is, let's see, 5 times 365. That is almost 2,000 eyeballs in 1 year on you.
That I didn't have. Yeah.
That you normally would not have had. That is 1,800 new eyeballs, new ears that are going to be seeing you and listening to what you're sharing, that maybe normally you would have never had that person find you.
Right.
And it's already a piece of content that you're creating. You're just repurposing it and putting it in a space where more people can find you. And on those videos, you're going to leave the link to your Facebook or wherever you want them to find you. And you're going to make sure that in the video you say, if you want to connect with me more, make sure you are, this is how you can connect with me. This is my Facebook link. Even if you're on Facebook already, right? So even if you're on Facebook, you're going to still say, if you guys want to connect with me more, you can come, find me on Facebook at facebook.com/whatever. Or if you want to do Instagram, you can say, come find me on Instagram at whatever your Instagram name is. But you want to give them a way to come find you after they've watched that video. So they know how they can reach you further, how they connect with you, right? Or even if you just say, like, you can email me, shoot me an email at, whatever your email address is. But you're going to give them the direction for what you want them to do if they want to connect with you more, right? And so now you have a whole new piece of content that is going to be bringing you so many more eyes and giving you that many more views on your whatever it is that you're talking about.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much for that.
You're
Like,
so
seriously,
welcome.
thank you.
You're so welcome. I am so glad that that was what you needed. That's, I think
Yes.
sometimes we overthink it, and it feels like a lot, and it can feel like heavy and scary. And so we, like you said, because of that, you end up doing nothing at all, because you're like, oh my God, there's so much. I can't even manage. Like, I can't bear it because it's too much. Well, it doesn't have to be that much, right? Like, if you can just do one live video a week, or even if you're going live multiple times, but you're only putting one of them on YouTube for right now, because that's all you can manage or handle or think of, right? Like, a little bit, I always say that a little bit of something that is bringing a big impact is better than a lot of stuff that isn't doing much at all.
Right.
So if you are only adding one video a week to YouTube, and it's a really impactful video, that is so much better than you making 50 posts on your Facebook that are meaningless. That one strong, really juicy, like, powerful piece of content is better than 50 pieces of content that are just like blah. Right? So I would much rather you bring the fire with that small amount that you can get behind, versus just doing a bunch of stuff just to say that you did it. That makes sense.
And yes, that makes a lot of sense. And it's kind of contrary to what a lot of people are saying to do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And that's exactly. And my thing is that it's one thing to be on social media and be sharing for growth on social media, right? Like, if you're listening to like a lot of like the social media coaches, they're like, you got to be on reels. You need to be doing a reel every single day, right? Or you need to be posting 3 reels a day if you want to grow. Okay, well, growth is great, but is that growth going to actually translate to success in my business? No. There's no guarantee that if I get more followers, that means that I'm also going to increase my income. I know a lot of people that have a lot of followers, and those followers care less about what that person is selling or what that person has to offer. But I also know a lot of people who don't have that many followers, who bring their followers really juicy, powerful content. And that small group of people will eat up any and everything that person shares, because it is powerful, because it is bringing them value. We've gotten to a place where we are always, we're after the quantity, right? People are wanting more likes, more followers, more. They want more, but the quantity is not what is going to bring the impact. And the impact is what is going to bring the income. The impact comes from quality. Impact comes from the quality that you are going to be able to offer people. So if you're just focused on quantity, and you're just focused on how much you can do, how many views you can get, how many likes you're getting, how many people are following you, if you're only focused on the number, you're not only doing those people a disservice who are already following you right in front of you, but you're also probably not going to see the results in your bank account either. The results in your bank account come when people are getting quality from you. When people feel like they are being nurtured in your space, they want to show up with you. They are going to want to buy whatever it is that you have to offer when you are giving them really high quality stuff. So if that means that you're only able to give them one really powerful live a week, that is so much better than you doing 3 reels a day and you're just throwing something up and hoping that it's good enough and hoping that one of them goes viral. That's not what's going to actually help you grow and build your business, you know? Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, it does. Yes.
Good. I hope that that helps you feel like you can go out there and actually start taking some action now and start actually implementing some of this stuff, because
Yes.
that is where the magic happens, is when you start to implement it. And don't feel like it has to be perfect today. I always say that clarity in your business comes through action. So you're going to get more and more clear on things as you show up, as you implement, as you do and you take action. That is when you're going to feel more confident. That is when you're going to feel more clear, and all of those things are going to feel better.
I agree. Thanks, Tiffany.
You're so welcome. Do
Thank
you have
you.
any other questions?
I had another question.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, like, give me your opinion on what do you think when we sample people out, like to try something, try our products? Do you think that is a good, like, how can I say? I sometimes will offer people, I'll tell people, you know, I know that you're having this and this discomfort. We have this product. I know it can help you. You want to try it, da, da, da. And I don't charge them, or I don't make them go through our website, which I think sometimes our website, because people have to make a customer account and do certain things before they can just get onto the website and just order something. They kind of sometimes get lost in the, yeah, I'll do my account. I don't have time right now. And I'm like, okay. So I usually will tell them, I'll send you it in the mail. Just give me your information. I'll send it out. And then I'll ask them if I can get their email so that I can just get them in the system. So this way, when they're ready to order, we're ready to go. And they'll give me the information. I'll give them the product to sample out. They love the product, but they never push the button to do it. And so I don't know if, I mean, I know our products are good. And they say they like it, or they'll say, I'm just not ready right now. I don't know if I'm wanting it for them, and they're not, like you say, they're not coming to me with their problem. I'm looking for them to solve their problem.
Right.
I think that's also a problem that I'm approaching wrong, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
So
I would say that unless they have explicitly been like said that they're interested, like you can absolutely offer them, you know, like say like, hey, I know that you mentioned that you're having blah, blah, blah. You know, I used to have that issue too, but I started using this product and it's really helped me. I don't know if this is even something that you would be interested in, but I wanted to at least share it with you and see, you know, if you would be open to, you know, learning more or open to trying it. So I would word it that way. I always think that it is best when you make the person feel like it is their decision. So my key little phrase is always, I'm not sure if you would even be interested in something like this. And that usually makes them feel like you're not pushing it on them.
Yes,
you're letting them decide. You're letting them decide if they would be interested. So it's not you should really try this because it's great and it would help you with blah blah blah, and you would feel so much better and it's gonna be blah blah. Then they're like, oh my gosh, like now I feel like I have to do it and I really don't want to, but now I feel, you know, you just let them know like, hey, I saw you posted the other day, you know, and I would even do voice message on these because that feels much more authentic to people too. versus like a message. And so I would like voice message them and just be like, hey, you know, I saw your post the other day and you said that you've been, you know, struggling with, you know, your energy and how you're always so tired. And I used to really have that problem too, but I started using, you know, blank, you know, a few years ago. And it has been just such a game changer for me. I'm not even sure if you'd be interested in this. You might not be, but I had to just let you know because I really feel like it could benefit you. Let me know if you would want to learn more about it. If not, it's totally fine, but I would be remiss if I didn't share it. Or, you know, I it's just been on my mind for the last few days and I just had to get it off my chest and share it. But, you know, let me know either way. Okay. And so that is opening up the door for them to either say, yeah, tell me more, or for them to be like, you know, no, thanks, you know, not interested right now, but at least now, you know, right? At least, you know, now. And so I always tell them, let me know either way, because then that makes them feel like they can say no if they aren't interested. And that's when I'm just like, no problem, no worries. You know, if you happen to know anyone else that might, you know, be able to benefit from this, just send them my way. But, you know, good luck with your energy. I hope that you find something that really works for you. Or I hope you, you know, are able to find something that helps you start feeling better.
I love that. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, I love the way you word things and put things that just kind of changes my perspective on things, you know?
Oh, yes, I love that. That makes me so happy to hear. Yes, it's really all just about the delivery and how you share it with people. People don't mind buying things, right? It's not that, I think there's this mindset that people don't want to support you, or that people don't like network marketing companies, or that people don't like to buy stuff. And that's just not the truth. It's just that people want to not be sold to. They want to feel like they are being offered a solution to their problem, and not just being sold something so that we can make a commission on it. Right? They want to feel like they're getting something out of it too, that they're getting, that they're being supported in the transaction, right? Definitely. You want to make them feel like what you're offering them is transformation and not a transaction.
Thank you. Girl, you're going to change my business with what you just shared.
Oh my God.
Excited. Thank you.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Oh, yes. Let's do it. I am so excited. You just got your own little like one-on-one coaching session just now.
Right? I didn't have to pay thousands for it, girl.
I know.
But it's worth it.
Yes. Look at that. I love it. All right, girl. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm going to end up sharing this too. So if you want to like come back and re-listen to like the wording,
yes, I will.
Yes, then I'll share that.
Thank you, love.
You're so welcome.
Have a great evening. Thanks again.
Too. Okay, bye.
Bye.
You guys, did I tell you or did I tell you? I am just so obsessed with helping women find that power that is within them and bringing it out. And you could I know you could feel the energy increase in her as the call went on. Like, she started in just this place where it was just like stuck. And as the call went on, I feel like you could hear and you could feel her energy elevating as the call went on. And that is my magic. That is the power that I have. And I want you to have that too. I want to do the same thing for you and help pull that magic and that power out of you too. So you can start to show up bigger, show up bolder, do your business in your life in a way that is going to allow you to really own every part of who you are, and do so in a way where you are just completely unapologetic You aren't worried about what other people are thinking because you are so just fully obsessed with who you are and knowing that you have something special inside of you and you are just dying to let it out. And so you don't even it's not even a thought in your head what other people are thinking or what other people are going to say, because you're like, I have to let the beast loose. You have to let that beast out. And if you are feeling that, if you are like, man, I know that I am done playing games with who I am. I know that I am done playing small, doing my business in a way where I am not going all the way, and you're ready to end that, you're ready to nip that in the bud. Elevate is where you need to be. That mini mind is going to help you just expand and really step into the fullness of who you are. It's going to bring you to your next level. And I know that every time that I have personally expanded, it has been when I decided I was ready and I was done with myself. I was over the bull crap and I was like, I am just ready for more. And that right there is so powerful, and it takes you deciding that and then taking action on that. So every time I've decided that, I went and I took big action. I went and I invested in masterminds. I went and I invested in one-on-one coaching. I went and I did the thing that the next level Tiffany needed to do to grow. I didn't wait until I was ready. I knew I needed to do the thing first in order to help me expand into that space. I needed to move first. I needed to take the action first in order to help me expand. And I think a lot of people do it backwards. They're sitting back and you're waiting until you feel ready. And you're like, I need to be ready in order to make that investment, or I need to be ready to do that thing. I need to be ready to take that big leap, make that big jump, whatever it is. And you're never going to be ready if you don't decide to just go. You just have to decide to go, and you open and expand into the space with that jump, with that decision, right? It's like there is this big room waiting for you, and you're scared to go in there because you're like, oh, I'm too small to go in there right now. No, ma'am, you go in there small, and that space, you expand into it. You start to fill up the room until you're so full in that room, then you have to go and find another space to expand even further into. And that is how growth happens. You expand into the space that you're in, not the other way around. So if you're ready to expand, you need to get in Elevate so that I can just be your guide and be that support system as you are expanding, as you are elevating. So you want to go to thetiffanywen.com/IG to get in on this goodness. You guys, it is going to be so juicy. I can't even. So if you love today's episode, if you just love my energy, my vibe, you love how I train, how I teach, the things I share, then I would absolutely encourage you to come get in this environment and really allow yourself to make big moves. Do the big things right now before you know that you are ready, because that is when you are going to see the massive results come. If you have questions, come slide in my DMs at the Tiffany Wynn. I will chat with you again real soon, Queen. Bye. Love you. Girlfriend, did you love that episode, or did you love that episode? Let me know. Take a screenshot, put it in your Instagram stories, and tag me at the Tiffany Wynn. The more that we can share the love of this podcast, the more women that we are going to help. And the more women that we help, the more women we're going to see walking around being audacious about their ambition and glowing unapologetically. Would that not be the kind of world that you want to live in? I know I do. So make sure you're subscribed to this show, and make sure you leave me a review. Come hang out with me on Instagram in between episodes, and I will chat with you again real soon. Love you.